coming up next month, that will be a major determinant to disclose or display Amopiton's readiness and having to supposedly change the narrative about INEC in conducting free and fair elections. What would you say about Amopiton and the little space of time he has to ensure that Anambra elections will be an example of how the 2027 elections would be?
I cannot judge this man for now because I've not seen his workings. I only hear about it when he was named as the INEC, what's it called? When he was nominated as INEC chairman.
Okay.
And people, even though I don't believe that when people say he's a man of integrity, he's a man of honor, no, the integrity can only be determined when you are tested. He has not been tested in here now. Where he's coming from is different from where it's going now. Where it's coming from is coming from a university where nobody will offer 1 billion naira. Nobody will offer 500 million. Nobody will tempt him with anything. No, there won't be any pressure. Much pressure that will be there. It's not there. He is going to a place where there will be much pressure, where there are certain things he cannot even receive. So I will not go and say, based on what they say that he is, he will succeed, he will not succeed. Let's wait and see what he will do. And I will not use Anambra's election to judge his performance.
Oh, you will not use it?
INEC job is not one-man job. It's not a man job. It's not a man job that only within his power, within his power. There is an institution of it. There is a system, and so if the police are there, are part of the system, the other members of the commission, the member of the commission are there. So it's not, we cannot put everything on his head and say it's him coming. In fact, he may not even be there, and the election will go on without him. So I will not use this to judge him. When he starts working and he's taking certain steps that is inimical to the progress of the NS, then we can start comparing and say, look, just like what happened in the last election, where we were told there's a glitch. So if we are seeing similar things in that regard, that under its control, we can be worried. Therefore, now I'm not going to say it's a man that will do well, it's a man that will not do well. I'm not going to say they say he's a man of integrity. Your integrity can only, the father said it. He has not been tested to an extent. Where he's coming from, like I said earlier, the place where there's no money. This is where there's money. This is where we do respect. I'm not sure. This is a place where trillions of naira or billions of naira will be under his control.
Yeah.
And there will be a lot of influence, and people will be dangling a lot of money for him. So whether or not he can withstand it, it's a matter of time. Let's give him the benefit of that. But I know that in Nigeria, since he's been appointed by the president, I just want to advise him that he should not allow loyalty to be with the president. He should not be standing on the mandate of the president. He should be standing on the mandate of Nigeria. As long as he's standing on the mandate of the president, he will not do well. So he should see himself as working for Nigerians and not working for the president. Only appointed him because the law says so. That position is not for the president. He's not the owner of the position.
Okay.
It is the law that can give the power. The law only gives the power to the president to appoint. That does not mean the president owns the seat. So it's not seat as the president gave it to me. No, he didn't give it to him. The law says so that the president must be the one to nominate. So in Nigeria, what we'll see is that once you are nominated by the president or the governor, your loyalty is to that person. So I just hope you will not be acting in that regard and thinking I am for the president, not for Nigerians. He must see himself as working for Nigerians and not working for those who give him the appointments.
President thank you so much for giving us your insight into some of the stories. We sincerely do appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Now, still in the world news, Art 6, the Julius Abure-led faction of the Labour Party has threatened legal action against the interim national chairman of the party, Senator Nana Usman, and two of her aides over what it described as repeated attacks on the judiciary and the Independent National Electoral Commission. In a statement issued in Abuja today, the National Publicity Secretary of the Abure camp, Obiora Ifo, accused Usman's faction of arrogating to themselves powers that they do not possess. Senator Usman, through her media aide, had earlier called for the arrest of Abure and the acting INEC chairman, Mrs. May Agbamuche Mbu, accusing them of conspiring to subvert justice in the ongoing leadership tussle within the party. Reacting, Ifo described the allegation as baseless, politically motivated, stressing that the judiciary must be protected from undue attacks. The Abure faction revealed that its legal team had been instructed to take up the matter if Usman's camp fails to retract its statement. He further stressed that the actions of Usman's camp amounted to to bringing the judiciary into disrepute, condemning what it described as reckless statements. The Abure-led faction said political grievances must be addressed within the confines of the law. Now, the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party in the 2023 general elections, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has declared that his party is open to alliances with other political forces ahead of the general elections. Kwankwaso, who recently marked his 69th birthday, described the 2027 contest as one that would be tough and said NNPP was prepared to partner with any party, including the APC, provided the terms favor the welfare of the people and his party's nationwide structure. Speaking during an interview with BBC Hausa, the former governor of Kano State stressed that any proposed measure or alliance must spell out clear benefits for the new Nigeria People's Party. The NNPP leader made the remarks while receiving Buhari Bakwana, a former political advisor to the ex-governor Abdullahi Ganduje, alongside APC members from Kano's 44 local government areas and his Mila Road residence in Kano. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has in recent times described Kwankwaso as a friend and ally within the progressive fold after the two men reportedly held series of private meetings over the past 2 years. However, Kwankwaso maintained that his decision on political alliances would depend solely on shared ideals, including the ADC or any other political party that deems it fit to actually be part of his cause in representation. Now, the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Mr. Ola Olukoyode, has disclosed that under his leadership, the commission has made progress in the fight against
Tracy,
financial
welcome.
crimes in the last 2 years.
Girl,
Over
this Nigeria, we
566
must get it
billion naira,
to.
alongside
Omo.
other currencies and assets.
I'm on fire
He
like
made the
you
disclosure in
now.
Abuja today, October 23,
Oh, so it's at 20
2025,
p.m.
while addressing journalists at the corporate head of the
I
commission
think say
as
they
part
don't.
of
I know they
activities
always
marking his second
keep
anniversary
bear the
in
time
office.
in mind.
Olukoyede, who was appointed on October 18, 2023, and confirmed by the Senate the following day, said the period witnessed significant reforms and record-breaking achievements across all operational fronts of the commission.
Okay.
The EFCC boss, who spoke through the Director of Public Affairs of the Commission, Commander of the EFCC, Wilson Uwojarin, said between October 2023 and September 2025, the Commission received over 19,000 petitions, conducted 29,240 investigations, filed 10,525 cases in court, and secured 7,503 convictions. The boss described the recoveries as tangible evidence of the Commission's renewed drive to trace, confiscate, and return illicit assets to the Nigerian state and victims of fraud. You're currently listening to the World News at 6 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll take a very short break. When we return, we'll actually go into foreign stories before we wrap up. Do kindly stay with us.
Oh, it's almost time. Okay. All right.
Wrap up.
They say it's almost time, so we go just wait then. We go follow. I was like, okay, yeah. This is it, because this Nigerian matter again. I don't know. I don't know as I want to describe as they do me for mine. Hey, I'm like, and I've been following the news. I'm following. I'm trying to also pay attention to make sure I know whether the president go to true sign. Hey, that one I don't know. I no go lie. I don't hold my breath at all. I don't know if to T-Pain. I don't know if he will sign. No, person when he's thieving way enter there, and he's doing everything possible to remain there, even with the bad publicity that he's getting from outside of the country. The man does not. He's doing everything possible. He's desperate right now because his leg is shaking. His influence is not as he doesn't know if he'll be able to get it in 2020. Fidgeting. The man is afraid. He's scared. So we need to know now. We go know what they do. I just wish Nigerians would grow some balls. That is what I'm praying for. I'm praying that Nigerians will actually grow some balls, because we need it. Oh, we need it. No joke. These people don't care. They are not interested. They don't want to know. They are all about their pocket. Look at Wike showing up in a meeting with his sons. These people are grooming their children to come and be slaves, to come and be slave masters over other people's children. Abeg o, abeg. Make we know wetin we dey do. That's my biggest concern, honestly. If I tell you I'm not really worried about us, I mean I'm worried, but not in a way that will make me sick. But truth be told, all of them, they are all looking for how they can douse this information, how they can quietly change the narrative. The northern elites are running helter-skelter. Look at the Sultan. When no talk since when they kpai people for north. He no talk since. Now he's affected. Now it be like say, foreigners. You know, the funny thing is that when this thing was happening, all this spying that has been taking place in the north, nobody said pin. They did not come out to say, no, these are the people doing it, or you people should deal with them, or no, they didn't say that. They kept quiet. They kept quiet while people's lives were being taken over. They kept quiet. Nobody came out. If they had used the energy to come out and call out the people that were behind this thing that's giving them bad name, we will not be here. We're not here right now. We will not be where we are. Now, when foreigners don't show interest, guess what? The man is now running helter-skelter and talking about it's not good for them to term it as this one, as you know, terrorism. It's not this one, that one. Everybody they look for how they want to do damage control. On top matter where don't go far. Everybody now is not getting involved. Everybody. It's almost like all the influencers now from the Oyibo side, they don't jump on top of the matter. Okay. Wetin be the name of the interview? Please, as you come in, like abeg.
Before we wrap up, do kindly
Make I
stay
see
with
whether
us.
they don't resume. Okay, they never resume. Oh, you don't share am? Where you share am? You share am to my email? Okay, I see. Or my WhatsApp? Where you share am? Let me see. Okay, thank you. I don't see am. Okay, I don't see am. I will need to pull am up for here. Okay. Thank you. Guys, please double tap the screen to like. Today na today. Today na today. Okay. What the heck? Why is this thing? What kind of commercial is this? Hold on. It's not the thing they do me one kind. I don't know what's happening though. I'm clicking on it, but it's taking me to a different. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go there. Let's go there. Thank you very much, Tracy. Now God will bless you, my sister. I really appreciate your consistent support. Thank you.
Our politicians, they're like chameleons.
I'm telling you,
I
today
will
not
not say all of
today.
them, but most of them. Anybody who has defected from one part to the other is a chameleon.
Not today.
He's only going there because he has has interest or is supposedly thinking that the grass is greener on the other side.
Of course.
Now, if you're a member of a political party, you must have sworn to their oath that you are their member. If anything goes wrong, you should stay there and rectify it, not jump ship and enter another political party. Now, the reason why they're saying it may become a one-party state because those people who were in PDP are now in APC. Those people who were in APC went to PDP. There are some
Exactly.
politicians who have jumped ship more than 3 times.
On serious twerk,
I don't want to mention this, but they know themselves. Any political party who knows its onions or its members know their onions, they will not defect. All they have to do is go back and sit down, go back to the drawing board and say, why did we lose this election?
Bam.
And start from there to rebuild themselves to counter that, not jumping ship. Because if they jump ship now, do they really think that the people in the party they are jumping into don't already have a hierarchy? You cannot jump from that party and come here and want to supersede those who are already there. You also have to climb that ladder. And before you climb that, how are you sure that the other party will not take over the government? Because our Nigeria, what you think it is not what it is. You might go to the polls and you find out, okay, the elections have happened and unfortunately you are not able to rig. And our political system is so funny such that Omoye won his governorship from prison. Can you imagine that? He was in prison when he won his election as governor. So what are you trying to say? You did not come out to ginger your supporters, but they voted you from prison. So if APC now is the ruling party and everybody is jumping to them, the kind of fund that Peter Obi garnered during the last elections, it shows that the way Nigeria is going, you don't have to belong to a particular party
Absolutely.
before you get the following.
Yep.
It is how you convince the populace.
Yep.
And our generation today, Gen Z, they are more likely to listen to people who speak their language than to listen to people who are speaking the old generation language. Even if you give them money, they will take your money, spend it, but they may not even vote for you.
Bam.
And ordinarily,
that.
the MBA is the spokesman of the judges or the judiciary, because the judges cannot speak on themselves. The nature of their job makes them recluse. So if there's anything wrong with the judiciary, the MBA speaks on their behalf. And if there's anything wanting about the judiciary, we should be capable of saying the same to the judiciary. And vice versa. It's just that when the judiciary is talking to the MBA,
Tracy, when it starts, let me
court.
know. When
Nobody's
Barrister
there to put on
Darling
paper
show,
that this is what the judge said about this lawyer or that lawyer. But when we want to talk, is in a public forum where we'll talk and maybe I will pick up on and say, the NBA president definitely has his reasons for making such a sketching statements about the judiciary. And funny enough, some of our lawyers are the ones who actually encourage the impressions people have about the judiciary.
Yeah, exactly.
You can remember when there was a raid on some judicial officers during President Muhammad Buhari's time. In as much as we would criticize the mode in which the operations were carried out, but they still got evidence to prove that some of these judges, this is what they were doing. So we cannot get over the judiciary and say that, no, you cannot do that, when we know that some of them are involved in this kind of
corruption,
unwarranted behaviors.
Say it.
So a lot of judges are good, a lot of judges are bad. Until you're able to prove that a judge is bad, that's when it's called a bad judge. But we have good judges. Nigeria has not benefited from anything democratic so far. Well, except maybe from Obasanjo and Yar'Adua's period, when we were smelling the democracy by the imposition of the rule of law, especially by Yaradua. Rule of law should have been imposed in Nigeria since the 60s when we got independence.
Exactly.
About 50 years down the line, that is when we're talking about rule of law.
Exactly.
When the whole system has been corrupted and decayed in corruption.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, Yaradua didn't live long enough. Now, the democracy only favors those in politics. And, funnily, before, I used to think that politics was like regular civil service. No. In Nigeria, politics is a career.
Yep.
You follow politics from the beginning till wherever your career cut short. And the way they think are different from what other people think. If you go and meet a politician now, your member of House of Reps representing you, or your senator representing you, and you ask him that you have this problem, the first thing he's going to ask you which political party you belong to.
Exactly.
He's not thinking of solving your problem. He's thinking on the lines of which party you are in. That is the requirement for him to deal with you. Is that democracy?
Are you one of
it's
us?
Not. The people of Nigeria are still suffering. And there's nothing democratic in this our democratic process right now.
No lies told. No lie. Which one did you not agree with? I was listening to find out which
Were you
one
recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now. And
Which one did
immediately
you
call
not
an
agree
experienced
with?
auto accident attorney.
I
Look
beg.
at this check.
No send you. Which one you not can agree with? Everything when the man talk, I agree with him. Eh? I'm washing beans for Akara. How did you know? Only you now you go hear that kind of thing, Kenny. Only it has to be you. I don't know. It has to be how Alakija keeps up. They feel they deal with you. I don't know. I don't understand. If not for money, I beg you. Kenny, welcome. I'm telling you, that was not the full interview. Oh, so I only showed half. Sorry, not verse. Let me go to the full interview. Oh, you for tell me now. You for tell me. Eh? I can't go dey wash beans. Okay, see the full interview for you. What did I do? Okay. All right.
If you are granting drug dealers pardon, this corroborates the rumors speculating and circulating around him as the
Mona double. Kene, you don't like. Kene, you don't like.
What's his last name now? Is it Vincent or Victor? Who kidnapped
Oh, okay. He was taking me somewhere else, but thank you. Mona like. Mona double tap the screen to like. Oh, I dey wash beans for Akara.
After we're going through all this, you are going to release that kind of person back. That person also killed 6 policemen. So the people of Nigeria are still suffering. And there's nothing democratic in this our democratic process right now.
All right, Barrister Mohammed Saab, former chairman NDA Buhari branch, anti-corruption and civil activist, is our guest. I know that you are the son of former CP of Lagos State, Abubakar Saab, who was a household name for a lot of persons. How do you miss him?
Well, like a father and son relationship, I had a very close relationship with him. As a matter of fact, there was no issue I had that I didn't go back to him to discuss it. And the vice versa, there's no issue he had except if it was, as at the time he was working as a CP, if it was security issues, he never discussed that with me. But any other matters, I was his first point of call, of reference. If he felt, he needed legal advice on certain issues, he said, Mohammed, what do you think about this? That's how close I was with him.
Lant, you're working on a new book about him. Just take us a little peep into what the book is all about.
Well, it looks like the book is a biography of himself, but it actually covers 3 fields: himself, his career, and anti-corruption. Because all those areas, that was all what made him who he was. the man who became a police officer and the man who transformed from a police officer to an anti-corruption activist. It's all in the book. It contains the three triangles about it.
Of course, you saw the recent pardon by President Tinubu and the backlash, the reactions from Nigerians forcing the Attorney General to say that they are going to review the list. What does it say about these governments?
You see, I think for President Bola Tinubu to have even granted the pardon without adequate advice is impugning on the government. Because if we look at it, about 40% of those people who he granted pardon, or let's now say assumingly had granted pardon, because it seems the Attorney General is now withdrawing what was said, but it has already been said. I mean, 40% are drug dealers or drugs. And this corroborates the rumor speculating and circulating around him as the president of somebody who has been involved in drugs, in as much as we may not have concrete evidence on ground in Nigeria that's acceptable in the court. But if you are granting drug dealers pardon, and you know, well, let us look at the power to grant prerogative mercy. Yes, it's a constitutional order which the president has a discretion to invoke. But it is not a blanket power to invoke. There are certain conditions that need to be met. Firstly, the person must have been convicted. Secondly, the person must have served a term considerable in that sentence. At least he must have served over half of that sentence. And if he was going to grant the prerogative mercy, they must have assessed the person to say, yes, it's good to give this man, grant this man pardon because he's now remorse. And it is not just a matter of saying he's remorse. There are indices in the correctional services that they use to assess somebody who is remorse. And I'm very sure these people have not been assessed. Now, let's take an issue of those who have been convicted of murder and been sentenced to death. You have only served about 5 years, and they are granting prerogative on an offense like death. An offense is a capital offense, and murder is a capital offense. Assuming, I'm sure if it was a military regime now.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor web.
Her warrant should have been signed and possibly should have been executed. Because if you look at Kesariwa, how long did it take for him to be executed after his judgment? So if you are now saying somebody who committed murder, in 5 years you are releasing the person, there's no way that person will be sober in 5 years. Because to take somebody's life, it takes over a period of time for it to sink in on you what you've actually done. Initially, the issue about assessing that person comes from the correctional services. They have a board in there, a probationary board that assesses convicts. You see, like various jurisdictions, like I know in the United Kingdom, 1 year in a prison year is 6 months. America, I think a prison year is 9 months or 1 full year. 9 months year. Now, China, 1 year is 1 year. India, 1 year is 1 year. So it depends on the jurisdiction how you calculate the prison year. So now, the internal probationary board of the prisons are the first step of where that person starts being processed. They sit and the dialogue over your matter, maybe your presence or your back, but they still have to interview you before they give them how they rate themselves, how they rate the scores in there, before they now present it. Now, in that process, I am sure there must be a representative on behalf of that man, either as a lawyer or someone who chooses to represent him to at the board. It's from that process that they now say, okay, let's take it to the Presidential Advisory Committee on Prerogative Mercy. Now, Section 175 of the Constitution grants him the power to evoke that prerogative mercy. But funny enough, or do I say coincidentally, Section 175 and the number of people that were released were 175. And those 175 people released, I'm sure they were carefully chosen. Now, not out of the judicial process, but I would think for political reasons. Because so far, the judicial process, there's no element of it that has been satisfied in the list that were granted. Now, if we now say 40% are drug related, has it taken into consideration what the effect of releasing drug barons back into the system will do on the public health of the country? What of our youth who are growing up? What of the people who those people's activities has destroyed? Then let us talk about the mother. The mother. No, I will come back to the mother. Let's talk about, because a high percentage of those granted were 40%. Then what is the effect of the international community who have been assisting us, whether with funds or logistics, to tackle drug trafficking and drug crimes? Then let's
Okay, Tracy. All right.
Let's talk about the judiciary itself. We are forgetting that before these people were convicted.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to this man. We'll come back to him. I beg, our boyfriend is life. Our man is life. Let's go twerk. Hey, some people, they're jealous right now. I won't mention names, but they know themselves. Some people are jealous right now. Some people, they're jealous, right? I can feel it. They feel am from my back.
Arrested him is to balance the equation, because those who were in the custody were in areas where they were
Kene, how is Alakija? How is Alakija?
The court letter had ordered that they must not converge for the protest, and that was why those ones were taken into detention. For a show arrest case, they had to arrest him today, because you cannot leave the person who convened the protest, who organized the protest, and then arrest and detain those who followed the person who organized the protest. So the reason why he was arrested today, according to Senior Superintendent SP Benjamin Hundeyin today, was because they wanted to balance it out. You don't leave the convener of the protest out, while those who followed the person who convened the protest still remains in detention. He also said that possibly today they will file show arrest case to court. So he's not even meant to stay in the court within the next 24 hours. So maybe by tomorrow he would have been given bail, but he's also going to have to appear in court.
The twerking has begun.
Today in court.
We know you are
see
jealous.
The friendly
We know,
exchange,
we know.
the friendly
Okay.
banter
Hold on
of
to your
brothers
Alakija,
who
alright?
actually have been fighting for each other's cause. Nnamdi Kanu looked confident, looked quite okay and hopeful. We also saw his legal team asking him to please, they were begging him to please be patient, to deal with this case. It's a very sensitive one, meaning control your emotions, since they will not be the ones to present or defend him. We need to understand what this implies for his case going forward. Some persons have been mentioned as to why they have been mute. For example, other political bigwigs have been called to say, why are you guys being mute? Some people believe that it is a protest that made the case become accelerated. In other words, that's why they refused to grant him the 3 months he requested for. They want to be done with this case as soon as possible. One of the key witnesses today in court said that the way it seems is like they just want to convict him. They're just going through the protocol, through the process, but they want to be done with this. So the question is, if these key witnesses do not appear in court, then what happens? Also, we want to understand, Nnamdi Kanu is being faced with treasonable felony charges. What does treason imply? And did Nnamdi Kanu commit any form of treason? We're going to look at that in literal term. So, based on that definition, the cases, of course, so obviously we're not supposed to extensively discuss it, but we want to understand what it entails if somebody commits treason and how what kind of application of the law is meant to be implemented on the person in with the current judgment on his case ongoing. What about the other previous judgments as to how they have been asked, the federal government and the DSS have been asked to acquit Nnamdi Kanu, the 500 million damages they were asked to pay him in 2022, and they asked them to take him back to Kenya. Why were all those court orders not obeyed? What happens to those who refuses to obey the court? We will be looking into some of those. The cases that are meant to be respond to Nnamdi Kanu, what areas are they going to defend themselves? Yesterday we talked about it. Some person said for Sanwo-Olu, he's to speak on the whole, how he was the one that supposedly culminated to NSAS becoming what it is, and
Are you kidding right now? Even for this thing now that they get commercial. Wow.
Staff as well. You know, they organized Operation Python Dance. We want to know what questions we ask of those individuals. But if they refuse to come, after contempt that they're given, what else? And the case is wrapped up. So what does that mean, that a conviction will be given? Also, another interesting thing to note is that Joash Amopitan has finally been cleared, and he has been sworn in as the new INEC chairman. There are high expectations of Joash Amopitan. The president has asked him to ensure he concludes and conducts transparent elections. But Nigerians do not trust what the president said. They do not trust Joash Amopitan. So why are Nigerians not giving him the benefit of the doubt? He just got the appointment. Why don't we see how he conducts the elections? He has promised to deliver free and credible elections. He has promised to facilitate all of the question marks about the institution, to give Nigerians that assurance that INEC as an institution will definitely represent the interests of Nigerians during the upcoming 2027 general elections. Meanwhile, the NNPP presidential aspirant for 2023, Kwankwaso, is shopping for any political party to have an alliance.
Guys, double tap the screen to like.
And conditions for
Bologna, welcome.
I heard recently that he was going to decamp or
double
join
tap
Congress.
the screen.
We thought that
Or
discussions
click
were
on the
ongoing,
three
but it's
dots.
quite surprising to hear him advertise again that the NNPP, with him and his team, they are open to any form of alliance with any political party, except especially if certain conditions are met. So the question is, what does that mean? Are they no longer going to join the All Progressives Congress? We heard that the ADC has also been weighing him. But for Kwankwaso, he believes that he would either be the presidential candidate, or if not, his team will be persons that will be in top positions within the party. We don't know if any of those political parties would adhere to any condition that, Kwankwaso is ready to reel out on the table for him. Now, while Nigerians are trying to grapple with the current economic situation in the country, there are fears that maybe there will be some slash ahead of December. The end of the year is approaching now. Goods and services, a couple of persons are returning home, and there are fears about the insecurity in the country. This is a delicate time that quite a number of Nigerians in diaspora would want to return home. And what is the assurance from the federal government that they intend to secure the lives and property of these persons that will be returning home with the unabated spate of onslaught of these individuals across the country? The DSS leak on Kogi State and Ondo State, what does that even mean? And what is the decisive action being taken by the administration to ensure that we no longer continue to hear about insecurity on a daily basis? The brazen attempts of individuals kidnapping and ransom, broad daylight, and the unavailability of the defense system not being able to track all of this with the digital procurements at their disposal. We'll be looking into this as well. Also, the Labour Party between Nana-Ado Usman and Julius Abure. Now, there are talks that Nana-Ado Usman is saying that May Agbamuche, who is an INEC, they're asking that she should be arrested, that there are talks of writing a letter that makes Abure, who is no longer a representative or a chairman of the Labour Party, that they don't understand why Abure was with INEC as a representative. Abure is asking that Nana-Ado Usman be arrested, that she threatened May Agbamuche, and she has no right to do that. So what has become of the Labour Party, and why does Peter Obi keep saying he's with the Labour Party with the fragment of a show that we're experiencing with that particular political party. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Barrister Darlington Agumo right here in the studio. Barrister Darlington, good evening. Thank you for joining us today.
Esther,
How are you?
how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Your country is full of bad news.
Ha, Wahala.
I was thinking there'll be something cheering, but it's getting worse by the day, getting messier. No thanks to your APC. Are they not the one in charge?
It's our APC.
APC.
They're in charge of us.
Yes, they're in charge of you.
It's not me. They're not in charge of you too.
Your members are calling you APC woman.
Don't mind them. They always call APC woman leader. I wish I'm seeing money in this APC woman leader that they're calling inside. Because I'm collecting money now, it will make sense.
Because you are doing APC job.
Which APC job now?
Esther.
What's the APC job, Barrister Darlington? Now me and you go collect the money for
I
that.
don't worry. Don't. After the show, you see me or else I will tell them.
You tell them what? How much I collected?
Now
I
wait
will
till
tell
they
them.
let you do that. They say.
Barrister
Oh my
Darlington,
God.
thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, Esther.
There are
But-
fears
Barrister
about
just
what is
good
currently going on with
Barrister
Nnamdi Kanu's case.
Darlington
I
just
spoke
act
with
like you,
Lolo in America today, Madam Pinto, and she was in court. If you had seen some of the videos out there, she was in court today having to represent, or rather be part of the witnesses to the case. And I interviewed her during the World News on 6, and she said that most of the clement pleas that were given by Nnamdi Kanu,
Michael, welcome.
according to her, she feels
We don't come
that
back.
the
Today na
judge was
today.
harsh and
Back to
refused to
back.
grant Nnamdi Kanu some of
I
his
get
pleas.
you now, time
I asked
today.
her why the legal team were discarded by Nnamdi Kanu, the entire legal team, and she said it feels like there is nothing more they can do. They've exhausted all they can do. But Omoye Shore's lawyer is saying something else during the World News at 12 when she was being interviewed, and what he said was that they petitioned all of them, and so Nnamdi Kanu decided to let them go for their petition. So it doesn't seem like because of him, lawyers who have attained a certain height may be disbarred or something. I don't know how that factors in. But Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid said he doesn't believe that, and that Nnamdi Kanu discarding his legal team is very dangerous for him. It's not going to help his case. He doesn't understand what he's up to or what he's doing, and this will not help to facilitate or prove any form of clarity concerning what is ongoing. He may be able to defend himself, but there are some things that lawyers would know, and some terminologies, some technicalities involved that he may not know, no matter how ingrained he is on the case. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid also believes that, because I asked him, I said, what if these key witnesses Nnamdi Kanu has called out do not appear in court? What does that mean for his case? And the court only gave Nnamdi Kanu just 6 days. In 6 days, Nnamdi Kanu is meant to cross-examine almost more than 10 or 12, 23 witnesses, and some of them are 7 governors, former 7 governors, persons of high position. So they have filed out the summons today. The court has asked all the persons mentioned by Nnamdi Kanu to appear in court as soon as possible, meaning that by tomorrow, the cross-examination of Nnamdi Kanu will commence. The question is this: what if they do not appear? What happens? That's one. That's for tomorrow. I think he'll make a list of certain persons he's meant to cross-examine. So if they don't come tomorrow, what then happens? He just has 6 days to prove his case. What would you say to this?
No,
California, the whole nation is counting on you. Republicans
Now,
still
wow,
have seats in Congress to rig the
commercial.
next election.
Commercial,
and you
no,
will
let
check
us
power
see you.
for 2 more years. Prop 50, you can stop Republicans in their tracks. Return your ballot today. Vote yes on 50.
no, yeah, they are trying to stampede Nnamdi Kanu. All these years that this case has been there, what are they doing? What is this worry all about? It's a simple question. What is it? Why would you give a man just 6 days to prepare for his defense in a case like this, if there is no untoward event?
Yeah, well,
That's-
if Nnamdi Kanu has been saying let his case be accelerated, and
No,
that's
no,
what they're doing.
no. Look, what Nnamdi Kanu says is not the issue here. The issue is that justice must be done and seem to be done. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
By the time you deny him the proper preparation for his case, well, you have not done anything now. You just want to convict him, and that would not be proper. they should not forget that the whole world is watching and waiting for this case.
I don't think with the countenance of the judge today in court, I don't think they care about how the world is perceiving
Well,
anything.
they will care. By the time the sanctions will come, don't worry yourself.
will sanction?
I said, don't worry. Don't. We
No,
have seen it.
explain. Who will
I
sanction
said
who?
we have
What
seen it.
sanctions?
Ordinary genocide case here. You see how they
are
were
shaking.
rattled.
They are
Okay,
not
so
saying
there will be
And they
sanctions.
started going to US to
Yes.
go and do damage control.
they are
If there
And you are
are
telling me
sanctions,
that-
shouldn't that have happened all this while
Sorry?
that Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention? If there are
No,
going to be
no, they
international
want to
sanctions.
see if justice will be done. That is it. It's after the case has been adjudicated upon that people will now look into the matter.
So
and
you
say,
think
no.
there will be sanctions
Eh?
because of one person
will,
by
they
what,
will.
the UK
If
or
they-
the US?
Yes, if they can take a closer look at this genocide case, why wouldn't they take a closer?
If they were interested in Nnamdi Kanu's case, would have been hearing talks about it from them
Esther,
in the media, in the
Esther,
press, with their own media
the
as well, like the
principle of
genocide case.
sovereignty will not allow them to do what you are suggesting.
Okay.
The sovereignty of the states will not allow them to come in and start. They will wait. If you have done what is not right, they will sanction you. That is what in fact, the UN have written 3 letters concerning Nnamdi Kanu to Nigerian government. It's on record. So if at the end of the day, proper things are not done, you think they will just clap for Nigerian government for what they have done? No. More so when Nnamdi Kanu is a UK citizen. They just want to, allow them to do their thing without any imposition or intimidation. But this particular idea of 6 days notice or whatever, sincerely, it doesn't.
It has started counting. It's no longer 6 days. It's 5 days now.
It doesn't all go well. It doesn't. Because from the time the prosecution closed their case, recently when this matter came up, it was almost two months plus. Is that not true?
Yes.
That gap, what were they doing with it?
But you know that Nnamdi Kanu recently found
Great
that he was
question.
supposed to go to a national hospital for checkup.
Great
And
question.
I
That
don't know
was
if that
when the
also
issue of
derailed
his
it.
e-health started now.
Okay.
It started recently. But between that time and when this thing, what were they doing?
Bam.
Eh?
But I'm
What were
surprised
they
that
doing?
Nnamdi Kanu wants to be in charge of this case for somebody who
No.
we heard was dying,
The
for somebody
last-
whom we heard that his health situation was deteriorating
Esther,
and he needed
remember-
medical attention as soon as possible.
Remember, the first time he tried this thing, I was here and I told him, don't try that.
Try what?
Trying to take over his case. On
Okay.
what ground? No, on what ground? If he has any legal background, I would say, okay. But it's not possible. On a matter like this, if it's a landlord and tenant case, your lawyer can sit in for you, or you can stand in for yourself, but not in this matter. Not in this matter. I think he's taking a risk. He had tried it before, and later the lawyers came back. So why are you trying it again? If you are waiting to delay your case, this is not the best way. This is not the way to go about it.
Waiting to delay his case. You think this is a delay tactic?
Because he said 3 months to prepare.
But see, 3 months to prepare by himself.
I heard that what I'm saying now, but they refuse.
Yeah, they declined.
So that's what I'm telling you now. It's a way of saying.
In fact, today itself, if not because he was the one that is to present his case, he was supposed to do it today, but all the key witnesses he mentioned yesterday have not been served.
Now,
so that was why they just
was
gave him
it?
24
Hold
hours.
on, wait, hold
Have they
on.
been
Was it
set
Nnamdi
now?
Kanu that invited these witnesses, or his legal counsel? I don't know exactly.
Immediately after Nnamdi Kanu met with his legal counsel yesterday at Court 7 in Abuja, because that was where they started with their strategic conversation. They didn't do it at the DSS custody. After that meeting, that was when Nnamdi Kanu now mentioned all his witnesses, all of these persons. After he mentioned them, he's to appear in court today, which he did. He presented all these persons and defended the reason why they needed to come appear in court. So the court has agreed to these persons he has called out as witnesses to come to court. In other words, they have been summoned and they must come. All of their letters have been written and dispatched. What we don't know is if these persons will come, specifically for 7 governors who have immunity. If they do not come, then what happens? Barrister Tunji says just contempt, nothing more. How will this affect his case?
No. If they may not refuse to come. If they are subpoenaed.
Yeah.
Vistaprint prints everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes, so everyone can gift it, work in it,
There's another. There will be another subpoena that will follow.
What's subpoena order in
Yes,
6
there
days?
is.
Remember,
Hold
he
on.
has just 6 days.
Esther,
Yeah?
good. If they now refuse to come,
Okay.
the court will now order them to come to court because
Alright.
yes, their witnesses or testimony is needed.
Okay.
They cannot say no. This is a question of what law. You must obey and abide by it. In most, there are some cases that the court will force you to come to testify. There are. They will force you, even though you are at liberty. And to make corrections here, most of the people are serving governors. The serving governor, immunity does not stop you from coming to testify. Immunity stops you from being a defendant in a court case. That is, nobody can take you to court as a sitting governor or president or governor. You know, nobody can take you to court. But where your witness is needed, why would you come? If somebody's life is in danger, you are just a witness. No, you have no case in court. So I don't see how it will stop you from doing that. That somebody's life is in danger, and you as a governor, your witness is needed to arrive at a conclusion, and you say immunity. Are you under investigation? Are you under prosecution? That is where that immunity will come in. So they should not play that card that they're under immunity. A minister is not under immunity. A minister.
Okay, but what
Yes.
about the governors?
That's what I'm telling you. That a governor is under immunity.
Okay.
You can investigate him for any criminal infraction in office.
Right.
Good. But you cannot take him to court. Even though the investigation has clearly said that, yes, this governor, you have done so, and so while in office. You wait for him to finish his time in office before you can take him to court. But when it comes to what? Witnesses, Esther. Okay, look at it this way. If the governor's mother or father is in court and his witnesses is needed to either free them or jail them, he will refuse to come, Abi. No, is it possible? The governor must come for witnesses to testify on a matter. Pure ED. It doesn't require him saying that immunity covers you. Yes, we know. You know, you cannot be, you cannot be prosecuted for whatever you do in office. But you can testify at the convenience of the court. If it is that your presence is overly important, you must come. You must come. Because we are talking of life and death. If the witness of a governor is needed to free or jail a man, you say he should not come because he's under immunity. Esther, is that possible? So the court, you don't want people want to stretch the law. They choose what they want to obey and leave the other. They choose one to obey and leave the other. No governor can tell me that to testify in court, he was not allowed under the law because he's under immunity. But when they want to chop money, immunity does not stop them.
But Barrister, this is a very sensitive situation, very delicate one.
Yes, so
based on what Madam Pinto narrated as to what she observed in court today, she said it didn't look encouraging for her. She doesn't understand the reason why the lawyers were discarded. I don't know why the lawyers were discarded. I don't know if Nnamdi Kanu did not give any specific. I'm coming. He did not give any specific reason. But here is the thing. It's very important for us to understand the context. I know the case is ongoing, and it's not something that we need to really discuss the strategy and whatever potential that is needed. But this case has dragged on for so long. We've got different court judgments that have acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. They've asked the federal government to even pay damages. That they haven't done. That they did not adhere to. I don't know if he would apply it in his defense starting from tomorrow. What would you consider to be treasonable felony? Because that's the trial he's going through now. What would you consider or term as treasonable felony?
Esther, whenever you have threatened the state, whenever you have done anything that will threaten the stability of the state.
Threaten the stability of the state, of the nation.
The state, now that's the nation.
Okay.
Like a coup or whatever. You know, or trying to succeed through arms insurrection.
All right.
Okay. These are things that will fall into treason.
Does he fit into what you just described?
He doesn't. That is why all of us are surprised. Remember those children that went to protest at the end hunger strike and they slammed them with the so
and bad
government can, when they want to keep you busy, they will bring any charge on you.
No. Let's focus on this context because we need to understand. Some people feel that there is selectivity in when it comes to the dispensation of justice or when it comes to the application of the rule of law or the Nigerian rule of law. There is selectivity. For some persons it doesn't apply. For some persons it's applied to the T. The dots and the T's are applied. So in the context of this case, for any ordinary Nigerian who needs to understand, if Nnamdi Kanu has been tried for treasonable felony, and according to what you just described as treasonable felony, and you say that he doesn't fall into that category, why exactly is he in court? Because again, does it involve vituperations? Does it involve the things he said? That's one. Two, the things he said, can he be held responsible if anybody acts on things said that could be considered having to create chaos or topple the state or the country? Could that also be something that could work against him or against his defense or against his interest? Also, number three, the prosecution counsel basically presented oral materials which involved all the narratives he said, his broadcast, everything is on social media, and some of the interrogations that they had with him. But the question of if they saw anything on him that you would consider to be possibly armory, clash of arms, whatever, none of that was physically seen with him, aside from the items they took from him in 2015, which anybody can actually have access to at this day and age. So how would you describe those different scenarios that I've created?
Esther, if you have been charged for an offense, the onus is on you to free yourself. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Yes, the onus is on you and your counsel to free yourself from such a charge.
All right.
This is what the federal government is alluding. The onus is on Carlos lawyers to say no, under the law, this thing does not qualify to be treasonable felony with the relevant sections of the law and all that. So that is where we are. All those things that the federal government is doing, they know where they are going. They are looking for how to shorten Nnamdi Kanu down. Because if we go by what has happened before and the court judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, he ought to be free by now. But the federal government is looking at a situation whereby they will be at the receiving end and then pay all that compensation that the court have said they should pay Nnamdi Kanu. You see, these are the reasons why they are trying to make things difficult. All this stampeded, accelerated hearing is part of the game.
Barrister Darlington, Section 41 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, which stipulates treasonable felonies, which includes to remove during the president's term of office otherwise than by constitutional means the president as head of state of the federation and commander-in-chief of the armed forces thereof, or to likewise remove during his term of office the governor of a state, or to levy war against Nigeria in order by force or constraint to compel the president to change his measures or counsels, or in order to put any force or constraint upon, or in order to intimidate or overawe any House of National Assembly or any other legislative or legislature authority, or to instigate any foreigner to make any armed invasion of Nigeria or any of the territories thereof, and manifest such intention by an overt act, is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for life. A person charged with any of the felonies defined in this section is not entitled to be acquitted on the ground that any act proved to have been committed by him constitutes the offense of treason, but a person who has been tried and convicted or acquitted or on a charge of any such offense cannot be afterwards prosecuted for treason in respect of the same facts.
Esther, the Nigerian state and the officials have done all these things put together. They have, either directly or indirectly. So if they want to prosecute, they should have started from the beginning. It was in this country that some people, officers of state, because of the power that they have, they went outside this country to bring in terrorists into this country. True or false? Is that not a fact?
True.
It got so bad that our elder statesmen had to go and sue Buhari in court for 50 billion naira because he was the arrowhead of insecurity in Nigeria. I'm talking of president. We were here when Aerofire and some other Kawu Baraji, all of them, they told us how they brought these people. Esther, what happened to others? You see, I don't want to be emotional before all those people. They are waiting to hear what I will say. I don't want to be emotional.
I'm speaking with you as a legal practitioner, not a person who doesn't understand the illegal intakes of the case.
Esther, what effect will it make? It doesn't matter.
No, we want to understand where the Nigerian government is coming from in this case.
Hold on now. If you understand what will happen, you mean they are not aware of what I just said now? They know. Esther, they are aware.
The question, Barry,
so what would you want them to do?
Did Nnamdi Kanu level war against Nigeria? Did he level
war against Nigeria? Did he do that? What way? Where?
Did he ask? Did he seek for the overthrow of late Muhammadu Buhari's administration through either by coup or any legal means, or any means rather, to change national policies or overtake the National Assembly?
In the first place, all the activities of IPOB, did he go beyond the southeast?
Is the Southeast not part of Nigeria?
Did he go beyond the Southeast?
What activities of IPOB are you referring to?
The agitation.
The agitation.
Was it not within the Southeast region?
The question about the agitation was the agitation was not authorized by the government of the day. The Southeast is still part of Nigeria.
What agitation? What are you saying is not authorized? Authorized by who?
Okay, what agitation are you referring to? What aspect of the agitation are you referring to?
Nnamdi is agitating for self-determination, which is inside in the constitution. Even the UN recognize it.
Okay.
So what is the problem there?
So no, you're referencing what Nnamdi Kanu said to the Southeast. What activities took place in the Southeast? He was saying that
they agitated, they are sensitizing the people that yes,
we have been Barrister Darlington, Nnamdi Kanu was the one agitating.
IPOB as an organization, and is the leader of that group. He has never denied IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu never denied IPOB.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, what other means in the agitation could you consider to have been unlawful that may have threatened the sanity of the federal government or of the country?
Look, Esther, the federal government is shopping for what? Evidence. They don't have any. They don't have any.
So there is no evidence. So the question is, why is the trial ongoing then, if there is no evidence?
Esther, look, after God, the next power is government. Are you aware?
Barrister, we need clear terms.
I am telling you now that, look, government can put you away now. Government can put you away. There are so many people in detention now.
The evidence is the evidence that the federal government would say they have. Could it be the expletives, the things he said? Is that what they want to use against him as evidence? Or they want to use certain directives, certain inconsistencies in the Southeast and pin it on him? Remember, Barrister Darlington, that Asarito Kubo talked about certain persons that he was contracted to bring into the Southeast. I am wondering why this kind of scenario is not in court.
Esther, these are your own permutation.
They're not my permutation, anything. Asarito Kubo said it himself.
I am telling you
that he was contracted by the Nigerian military. So how will you say it's my permutation?
Hold on now. This permutation, it doesn't fall into what is going on here. It doesn't.
Barrister, I'm not permutating. I'm asking you direct questions based on the Constitution. I just read out to you the Constitution.
When you read it out, hold on, Esther. Look, are you trying to judge this case or what?
I'm not judging. We're just wanting to have a level understanding of what's it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, seriously, it doesn't. Whatever I say here does not even, government know what they are doing. They are looking for a scapegoat here. Why the way you are saying it, Asarito Kubo is working for the federal government. What is treason there?
So it's not treason.
He's working for the federal government.
Did the federal government come out openly to say that we contracted him?
When he said it, did they deny it?
Okay, fine. He did not deny it.
Because that
is not considered treason.
It
does consider treason to annihilate a particular region. It's not considered treason.
Esther, Asarito Kubo is working for the federal government. He said they contracted him, and he mentioned it not once, not twice. If you are working for the federal government, how can that be treason? Tell me. Did he try to overthrow the federal government?
Did Nnamdi Kanu bring in men to cause chaos in the
I
country?
said they want to put him away because of his agitation, Esther. That is all. Nothing else. No other region in Nigeria have agitated in the manner that Nnamdi Kanu did. He took his own outside this country to the UN. Everybody is aware, worldwide. That is what is going on here. He was not calling for arms overthrow of the government. No, he didn't. He was saying things, trying to make the whole world know what is going on here.
The question now is the federal government holding on to the words that he said and having to pin certain actions on him? Actions that, as Sarido Kubo said, he was contracted by the Nigerian military actually escalate in the southeast.
For you to do this, for you to even secure a conviction, the intention is there and the physical action is there.
The intention is there.
After Nnamdi Kanu made his speeches, did he bring in terrorists like these other people did in the north into Nigeria? Esther, I am asking you a question now. Did Nnamdi Kanu, did he say, you remember, during the prosecution, they were asking him, are you acting alone or with some people? You see, do you know why they asked that question? They want to link it with what? Treason. You see it? He couldn't have done that alone. So that was why he said he spoke on himself, by himself, all by himself. But these other people went to bring in terrorists into Nigeria. In fact, the federal government is even whining and dining with the terrorists. Come on. So, is that what I will say here now that will make a difference? When you are aware that the federal government used to send emissaries to these terrorists who are from other countries. One of them was so arrogant that he just released 100 of his captors, Nigerians in his custody, just 2 weeks ago. Is that not true? How many people was in Nnamdi Kanu's custody that he just released? Look, there are things you want to discuss. You will not ask yourself, is this justice? Look, like I will ever tell them, there are 1,001 Nnamdi Kanus waiting in the wings. As long as you don't do justice, there will be no peace. Take it or leave it. It is injustice that this young man is fighting. And if you don't do that justice, forget it. After him, many more will rise up until justice is done.
President Darlington, the Nigerian government closed the terrorism case against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the question is this. On what ground did the government of the day initiate this case against him, knowing quite well that he was kidnapped? 1, 2. Why was he still ordered? Why did the judge still...
Una 30 BG, Davido go meet Macron.
From the court of appeal concerning his release and bail condition and
all you 30 BG lovers.
These are questions that we just need to understand. And Nnamdi Kanu has denied and actually said that he did not commit anything that you would consider terrorism related or treasonable felony at all. He has distanced himself from it. So we need to understand the legality and the technicality of this case. It's not bad to just understand.
Please, God, continue to double tap your screen device to like the show, or click on the 3 dots to like, please. To those who have liked, thank you.
With this man, even outside the law, because most of the things that they are accusing him is not, it cannot be substantiated. That was why even the court of appeal released him.
That's true.
So, what does you want me to say there? Everybody knows that this thing is unjust. What will I say now that will make a difference? The government knows what they are doing. They know. Because we know people who have done 10 times worse than Nnamdi Kanu in this country. And yet they are walking about free. But he must be held down. What do you think is going on here? You want me to say what I want to say now? You now say, no, you don't want tribal institution, this and that. If it is not, why are those people in the north not being heard? Esther.
Could this be that the situation falls under another category? Because in 2015, what he was apprehended for was criminal conspiracy, intimidation, and member of an illegal organization. This was what the DSS actually filed as a suit against him. They do not recognize IPOB, so him being part of the organization is illegal. That's one. Criminal conspiracy, intimidation. What criminal conspiracy? Criminal conspiracy to do what?
Esther, look, the way you are taking this matter is like
I know. We need.
hold on.
We
There
are
are
following
things-
the case.
Well,
We're not
hold on.
supposed to report precisely what's going on in
Esther,
court
Esther,
beyond a
please,
reported version
please,
of the day's
Esther.
activity.
Listen very well.
Okay,
This thing you are trying to find out is known to everybody. So
it's
what
known
is-
to everyone. Are you
what is-
sure?
what is the need in trying to stress it here? It's a waste
Barrister,
of
you
time.
can't say everybody knows.
Yes,
Some people do not
because
really
one,
know how
listen,
this thing started and what it involves.
Listen, this matter has been discussed severally. The case of everybody is on the know. And I'm telling you here that the federal government have their mindset. Are you getting what I'm saying? They want to hold on to something that they will hold on to and then deal with Nnamdi Kanu. That is all. I've given you synopsis here. Any other thing you are talking now, it is like pouring water on stone. Because if they wanted to, an appeal court said that they don't even have a law on that rendition matter. They don't have a law to prosecute this guy. The woman, Binta Nyako, said it. So what else do you want me to say, Esther? No, tell me what? The government is the one at fault here. But like a government, they will not accept that they are at fault.
What's the difference between IPOB and Biafra?
A lot.
There's a difference between IPOB
Yes,
and Biafra.
yes.
Can you help us reel that out?
IPOB is just an organization that is fighting for the self-determination.
Okay. Yeah.
Biafra is a state that never was.
A state that never was.
Yes, it's a state
A nation that never was.
Yes.
Okay, so if the federal government, according to the federal government, is proscribing IPOB, did they proscribe Biafra?
Sorry?
If they proscribe
After the
IPOB,
war, there was no more Biafra now.
There was no more Biafra?
Yes, that was very part of the condition for surrender. That they don't want, we have what Gowan said about it, that nobody should use that name again and all that. And so, that was the end of the matter. It never
so
existed.
let's go back to this. If with what we're describing here on ground now, because again, we want to follow this case duly, understand precisely certain things, because some Nigerians have had diverse views and opposing views about Nnamdi Kanu.
It is expected.
It is expected, obviously. Nobody can agree with one cause. But some people do not even know how this started. Yes, that's the honest truth. If you hear the way some people react, the way some people talk, the way some people write, you would wonder the abstract vacuum. It's obvious. Where I'm coming, Barrister, there's a vacuum. Some people do not understand how this started up until the case gained momentum. That a couple of people are now trying to read and get a grasp to it. Some people just know about the developments now. They have not been following it back to back from 2015 initially, when the case started against him. And that's why I was asking you all these questions, so we understand the successive projections. Some persons who are sentimental understand certain variations that led to where we are right about now. The fact that this is not even the first time that Nnamdi Kanu has supposedly sacked his legal team or sacked his lead counsel due to one situation or the other that has not been adequately or properly explained. And this is a day of social media where there are different variations, different narratives, different explanations, those who claim to know, those who do not know. And so there's a consumption of information overload. And when there is information overload, there's a difficulty in sieving or dissecting the truth and from propaganda. That's why I've been asking you this question. Some people don't know how to reason or think. They only think in one direction. That's why I've been asking you these questions. So some persons can be refreshed to understand how we got to where we are in this case.
They will not understand.
Okay.
No matter what you do, they will never understand. As long as they have seen that name, Nnamdi Kanu, as far as they are concerned, he's a terrorist. That's just the truth. They wouldn't want to hear any other thing else that's explained from now till tomorrow. Because if this federal government respects the rule of law and court judgment, shouldn't Nnamdi Kanu still be in detention by now?
No.
Good. So what do you want me to be ranting
What
here?
happened? No, nobody.
Yes.
You're not ranting, sir.
No, no.
You're not
To some
ranting.
people, no. As far as they're concerned, I'm ranting because it's my brother. I can talk with no. You will hear what they will say now when we start receiving call. They don't want to hear this other aspect concerning that and what he's fighting for.
Why would you be concerned about what people?
That's what I'm saying. So in this case now, we are looking up to the federal government to do the needful, so that you don't come and say, even when they wanted to do process here, based on his side and what I know about this federal government, did I not say that people should tread with caution? Did I not say it here? Because I know that no government in the world will accept pressure that an individual, a group, is pressurizing them to do whatever. Maybe there have been discussion behind closed door on what they want Nnamdi Kanu to do. Igboho, one of the conditions is that he will not come back here and agitate for Oduduwa Republic. Is that now why he's still in Germany? Esther, when he left the Republic of Benin, did he come here? He's still there. He's still over there. That was one of the conditions. They don't want to see him. If not, they will have removed the wanted list they placed him by DSS for him to come back. So there are things that you cannot say, but it is obvious to everybody. It's obvious. Nnamdi Kanu is under what? Persecution, not prosecution. The mere fact that they are giving him 6 days to prepare for a case like this, does it not tell you something? Am I the one that will say no, they should not do it again? You can see. This case, everybody knows the genesis. They were protesting without even a stick. They were just marching, doing parade, That is all. But because the thing was gaining momentum, people are beginning to listen to him and all that. The federal government under Buhari became what? Agitated. And then released the army on them and started killing wherever they are seen. Is that not what happened? Most Nigerians don't know this, Esther. They didn't know where this young man said, look, we are going to defend ourselves. It was at Enugu, in a primary school, where they went to hold a meeting that morning. I don't know who told them. The police and army went there, surrounded the place, and opened up fire. Only few of them left that spot. Only few of them left that spot.
But we saw videos of Igboho with some traditional leaders very recently when he returned. I think the talk is for his accounts to be unfrozen because they froze all his accounts and to remove that whole whatever on his back as to the fact that he is a wanted person. They, that's what he asked the government of the day to erase. But a couple of persons said he has shown humility, he has shown remorse, and that is one aspect that's what.
So why can't they give such a privilege to Nnamdi Kanu?
Exactly.
Why? All the while he was in prison, the DSS said that he was.
What if there are conditions that he has refused to adhere to?
Like what?
Maybe they've asked him no longer to agitate for IPOB. They've asked him to stop all of that agenda. What if he declines?
I am telling Nnamdi Kanu here. These are part of the reason why Abiola is not alive today.
Okay.
Abacha gave him conditional bail, which he refused. In fact, Nadeko told him, don't agree. Can a son be a slave in his father's house? Abacha said, look, forget this your agitation. Go anywhere, go and treat yourself and all that. But Nadeko told Abiola not to agree. They told him not to agree. You can imagine. So if such offer has come to you, Nnamdi Kanu, take it. I'm saying it here openly. Take it. It is, they say, he who fights and run away live to fight another day. If they give you such, I'm just saying it too.
Okay.
If they give you such condition, take it. After all, you're a UK citizen. You can go back there.
You remember when Justice Binta Nyako had actually asked that the team of Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government
to look for political solution.
It took a very long time.
They did.
We heard that maybe that was one of the conditions, and he did not. But
it was not clearly stated. We don't know.
Yes.
So we don't know. But I know that the moves were made, but we don't know what transpired. But whatever condition, Nnamdi Kanu, whatever condition they are giving you, take it. At least get out of that place. Go back to your UK days.
What if he's released, but they don't give him his passport?
Sorry?
Because what if he's released and his passport is not given
to him?
What are you
saying? How will he now leave Nigeria? That will be part of the condition. Go back to where you are now. You cannot start a war from UK now. You can't.
But most
You
of
can
the
go back.
broadcasts were done there.
No. Whatever you are broadcasting, you can no longer. Simon Egba was broadcasting from Finland. Is that not true?
True.
When the time came, we told the Finland people, so please, this guy is no longer speaking in our favor. And they took him down. So I don't think Nnamdi Kanu will go anywhere and start anything again. That's the truth. So let him just come out of that. If there is condition, no matter the condition, let him come out. Let him come out. Don't do it the other like they did it the other time. All the people that told Abiola don't agree. What are they doing next time? I don't know the one that goes to dance on his grave every June 12th. So all this is are things that will teach you a lesson. They said the wise one, how many times will something happen to you before you learn? He said no, you will use what happened to others to learn a lesson.
All right. Barrister, by tomorrow, Nnamdi Kanu will commence cross-examination with his witnesses. I don't know if they've been able to send the summons to them. The court has summoned that they must all appear. They've approved of his witnesses. The court has said that they should be summoned. So from tomorrow, his cross-examination with his defense will begin. He has no legal representative. He is one presenting or representing himself. Like I said, his days are already counted as from yesterday. They only gave him 24 hours. So right now, the summons and the dispatch have been sent to all the witnesses that, he reeled out yesterday. So from tomorrow, he'll appear in court, and then we get to hear and see what that would entail. And if nobody comes, we don't know what it means. How many persons per day, since it's 6 days, that he would need to speak with or cross-examine will all be determined by the court.
Where is Kano Agabi, former Attorney General? And
that is his lead counsel. Didn't you hear me say that they have all been discarded? He has asked them to step down.
No, Nnamdi Kanu cannot do that.
What do you mean Nnamdi Kanu cannot do that?
No. You can't take such a risk. No. What are you saying? No matter how knowledgeable.
Didn't you listen to the news?
I know.
Didn't you see the video?
I am advising against it. No matter how.
They even address the press. Oh God.
I know what. Look, Esther, I'm not doubting you, but I'm telling you that it's not proper.
It's not proper.
That's what I'm saying.
But the court accepted. The court accepted him to represent himself.
I mean, they want him to rope himself in now. No matter how knowledgeable you are, you will not know the legal terminologies that will ensue. They will use it against you. Yes, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. A man was somewhere where they wrote an agreement somewhere. And he saw consideration. He was asking them, what am I going to consider here?
Well, Barrister,
he didn't know that we are talking about money.
For him to propose
So what I'm saying here is that he should not do that. He shouldn't.
Well,
nobody should advise him to go that route, no matter the.
Does it sound like someone that was advised to go that route?
I don't know.
This decision, does it sound like somebody advised him?
He has done it before. And I kicked against it. In fact, there was a time he insulted everybody from the south.
Well, Barrister, the thing is, tomorrow Nnamdi Kanu is presenting his case himself with the witnesses that he mentioned. Let's move on to another conversation, Barrister. The Senate today called for the transfer of burden of proof in election petitions from aggrieved candidates to INEC, the body that conducts and supervises elections, meaning that the Senate is pushing that INEC should bear the burden of proof to defend election results and not candidates defending their results. That's what they're pushing. The proposal formed a key part of deliberations as lawmakers debated the general principles of a bill seeking to repeal the 2022 Electoral Act and enact a new Electoral Act for 2025. The move, they argued, will make the electoral process more credible, transparent, and accountable. But the Senate's fresh proposal sharply divided opposition parties, with the PDP warning that the move could undermine democracy. The proposal formed part of deliberations on the new proposition from INEC for the Electoral Act 2025, and they're seeking to ensure that the electoral umpire, as an organizer and regulator of elections, will be primarily responsible for defending the integrity of polls that it conducts. Would you approve of this new bill that the Senate is pushing? They don't want the onus to fall on the candidates or the aspirants who say, I don't trust the process at the polls. And INEC would say, okay, fine, you present proof that these elections were not properly conducted. The Senate is saying, you know what, INEC should be the ones to defend any of these irregularities at the polls. What's your take on that?
It's very, very proper, is a very good bill if they pass it, because we saw the problem this thing created in the last general election. One of the reasons why Obi and Atiku lost was because INEC refused to give them the material they needed to defend their case.
Okay.
INEC refused because these things are in their custody. They refused. You can see it. And so the complainant doesn't have any other thing to fall back to. Like now, the 58,000 polling units that INEC did not show us their result up to tomorrow, but they recorded it. And when Labour wanted to protest, they said, where are your agents? Because they don't have agents there. Look at a very trickish way of doing things. Because they know that these people don't have agents there. They wrote whatever. And now, when did your agent sign this form? And so, because the agent was not there, they didn't accept it. So right now, if such a thing happened, INEC will come and tell us how they arrive at that figure. That's the truth. That's how it's supposed to be.
Well,
in fact, I pray they will do this.
Under the current law, the petitioners who challenge...
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your tour guide.
Commercial.
It's your dugout.
Evidence Act
like that
he who asserts must prove. Would you consider this to be a burdensome development for INEC?
No, it can't be, because if they are claiming that something, they should come and tell us that like this glitch now. Esther, until today, in fact, did Yakubu tell us what is this glitch until left office?
I'm telling you, Michael. You don't clock him.
In favor of some people.
That mark the integrity of the election.
Yes, integrity, yes.
Petonu, not true you talk for that one.
Have been explained to. Not even the court. All we are hearing glitch. Meanwhile, the owners of that system came to say, no, we didn't see any, our system was okay. So, and they said, let us move on. We have been moving on into infamy ever since then. The one that off-cycle election that happened, didn't you see all the irregularities? Especially in that of Edo.
Is it only Edo?
No, I said that one is very, very appalling.
Imo State, Imo State,
So, Esther, please, there are things you want to find out, then something will begin to crack in your head.
All right, we'll take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. The evening rush will continue. Do kindly stay with us.
Edo! Oh my God, he shocked us. Wetin happen for Edo? Oh my God. Hey! Till today we are still in shock. We don't know how. We don't know which direction to go. I have never seen anything like that. Look at the girl that has been kidnapped for the past 72. It's been more than 72 hours now. That girl's video has been circulating over and over. Not your chief of defense staff, not your head of police, not your governor of the state, not one person has come out and say, hey, let's make sure we get God. What a country. Nigerians now, they go deliver themselves. I will say it again. No, now the people go these people don't care. They are not interested. They don't want to know. They do not want to know. They are all for their packet. All the 30 BG people, 30 BG gang. I hope so. Now they see now guy for Paris. If they negotiate in lifestyle for Paris, while you people are here busy taunting each other. Your 30 BG oga patapata, he's busy meeting with France president. He's jollofing. He dey jollof. Una go dey carry celebrities for head like akara. Oh yeah, now make we laugh small.
Yes, who do we have here?
Ready? Just have your seats. Okay. So this is my baby.
Hold on,
Jali Kuku.
Yes, no, that's my father's name.
Ajale Kuku, look for you. You know, person. It's nice to excuse you. You didn't tell me this man was your father.
Oh, baby, because you didn't ask. But anyway, Honorable Ajale Koko is my father.
There is nothing honorable about this person.
Peter!
What? I said your father is a wicked man. Excuse me. Are you normal? No wonder just 2 months relationship. You want use billing kill me. Oh, you want me to give you 10 million for bond straight because your father has been spoiling you with stolen money from government. Shame on both of you.
Shame on you too. God, because I'm a politician, they told you that I don't have money before.
What was your business before you went into
What is your father's business with my
Honorable.
business? What is your business?
Oh,
what
ask your father. He was the committee chairman on works and infrastructure. What happened to the 10 billion that was given to him for constituency project? Honorable, do you know how many Nigerians have died from your constituency? Due to the abandoned road project you failed to complete, Honorable.
Am I the bad road? Like swallowing people on the road? Am I the cause of that?
You know, see, on a normal day, it's not supposed to better for you and your father.
Yes! Oh, okay, you two, you do. Are you normal?
Dishonorable, you are the one that is not normal. Do you know how many Nigerian youths who are unemployed today, who are educated like myself, but today are jobless, looking for opportunity to japa because of nepotism and corruption from people like this man?
My father is very generous. He's able to just ask him for a job. He will give you a job.
Excuse you. If he gives me a job, is he doing me a favor? Is it not his job and responsibility to create enabling environment for people to thrive and have a means of livelihood? Look, young people like me will rise up and become your nemesis. Because after all, if not for election rigging and electoral malpractice, you self will be honorable. Person will fail Wayek, fail Neko, all parallel Fs. As I am leaving, we are going to mobilize Nigerians. The citizens of this country must know that it is up to us to wake up and rescue ourselves from the hands of oppressors like you. And we must reform our electoral process so that we can vote in competent leaders and not allow the worst of us rule over the rest of us. I'm out of this structure of criminality. Papa thief picking only. Scammers. Carry yourself, they go, Jerry. Excuse you.
But then I have a question.
What's your question?
She means it's a bad character and not let me see us by the gate.
Your mother's father will have bad character. Are you normal? Okay, it's easy to fix Nigeria. If it's that easy to fix Nigeria, will you not have brought husband home? The same reason we have not been able to fix Nigeria is the same reason you don't have husband.
How did I find myself in this situation?
Husband, yes.
Meanwhile, my people, this problem for Nigeria, for Africa, now the breeze when they blow for Africa, I don't know the kind breeze when it be. Sorry guys, let me go back here. Tanzania first female president, Samia Suluhu, she's seeking re-election in October 2029. Guess what? All her opponents have been jailed, disqualified. Major political opponents have been abducted. Their whereabouts are unknown. This is a woman president too. Hey, let's see whether they've come back.
To take over. It's not even for PDP. I hope you know. Good. I hope you know. So this Labour Party, if Abure is not being supported by some people, can he be acting on his own against a Supreme Court ruling? Can somebody who wants peace and progress in his own country tell Abure, stop this nonsense? The Supreme Court have told you. You can imagine. After the Supreme Court, you are still in court. What else are you going to do in court, please? What are you going to do in court? Which court? After Supreme Court ruling, you are still going to court, Esther. Tomorrow, you not ask me, you want to understand. What do you want to understand after the Supreme Court have ruled? Look, there is a proverb somewhere that any elder, an evil elder, knows himself. He's just expecting people to tell him you are an evil man. Exactly. And he will not tell you that you are insulting him. The person that is doing all this, don't you know what he's doing? He wants me to come here and tell him that you are behind all this sin. When David did what he did, what's it called? Prophet Nathan went to him and said, look, there is something that one man holds so dearly, or the only thing that remaining for him, somebody went to take it. Meanwhile, that same person has to remain you. David said, what? Who did all this thing? I will kill him, bring him here. Nathan say, King David, you are the one who. You are the one. You took the only thing. With all this thing you have here, you still went to go and collect somebody's wife. David had to pray, go on penance and all that. So, when you see leaders that are behaving somehow, Esther, please, don't expect me to, because I may say something here that my mind didn't want to say. Seriously, Abuja is acting the script of some people. If not, the Supreme Court have ruled. What are you waiting for? What is the problem? Why not do like Yaradua? Agbabio is talking. Order him, Mr. Man. Look, obey the Supreme Court order. Don't trouble your party again. Simple. Will you continue? Esther, will you continue? But look at how they kept quiet. They want to put other parties in disarray. So that you'll be the only party that exists. No problem. God has a way of dealing with people, one way or the other. You see this APC that is now, he has a way of correcting all the past wrong. I will be here to tell them I told you. My God has never disappointed me. Esther, he has never. I'm telling you, all these things that they are doing, thinking that they are powerful, they are in office, it will crumble like a pack of cards. As long as it is not done with sincerity or purpose, you want to disorganize all the party and you claim that they are weak. So all of us have to be violent and, acting with brigandage in order to get what we want, Esther. Do you know the implication? If everybody begin to act according to his power, nobody will pass the street now. Esther, nobody will pass the street. Or are you not seeing it that way? If you want to get everything by your for power, by your brigandage, by violence, nobody will pass. If you pass your street, you can't go to the next street because they're waiting for you there. They're waiting for you there. And we are saying, let this society be a decent society for all of us and for our children. They say no. Everything must be by force, by grabbing, snatching, and running with it. If all of us begin to grab and snatch and run, Esther, what will remain? You just snatch anything, snatch any woman, snatch anything you see, any car you see, you just snatch it.
Barrister, there are endemic issues. We're approaching December.
Please.
Most times, Nigerians in diaspora like to return home to see their family and their loved ones. But with the current spate of insecurity, the news of one insecurity or the other every day, some of them would be afraid. Some of them may not even be able to go to their homes. Some of them may not even come home. Now, the question is this. Nigeria believes that it's an attractive country for foreign investments and even for Nigerians in diaspora to do what they had to do here. But we're going through this phase in this dispensation that is very worrisome. Another thing is the Nigerian military is actually trying, in especially those on the front line, giving their lives for the schools. But somehow it feels like whatever it is they do, the fresh onslaught of these individuals covers whatever ground that they have been able to gain. Okay, so the big question is this: December is approaching. Nigerians are complaining of unaffordability of certain items that is essential for a productive family, and we don't know if there'll be any change between now and then. Is there a positivity of the fact that by 2026 we'll begin to see a slash now that elections are coming close?
As long as the party in power believe in this principle of brigandage, Esther, there will be no Uhuru. Did you hear
By
me?
next year, the tax situation will commence.
Yes, and it will become worse for everybody, not just.
But the tax coordinator has said that's not what it is.
What is it then? Esther, what is
He has given a breakdown of how it works.
Yeah, how does it work? Oh, you forgot that when the head is rotting, what will happen to the body? If the people that are being taxed, they are taxing the hell out of them. Is it not when they balance that will have the ones to give the people below? Are you not looking at? Is there anybody who is not paying NEPA bill? Esther, is there anybody who is not paying NEPA bill? Is there anybody who is not using fuel, either direct or indirect? So it will affect everybody. Don't deceive yourself. They just want to cover up. This one that finance minister just brought up, is a rev up, or what do you call it? where everything will be captured. I say, forget that thing. Forget that thing. Capture what? When you have exempted some ministries from TSA, I learned that there is corruption there now. But you exempted them, including Wike's Federal Capital Territory, that they should not pay anything into TSA. And so many other ministries and agencies. So why wouldn't there be corruption? Why wouldn't there be corruption, Esther? You see, when they make up this policy, they make you look as if they are serious, they want to do something. At the end of the day, what happened? Bala Usman Sadi is that woman from who was at the port the other time. They say she will be the one to monitor all the ministries and what they do. They gave her one position like that. Up to today, have you had anything from that ministry? All the rot in all the ministries, have you heard of it anywhere? They told you and I to give them information, send out those ministers who should be removed and those who should be. At the end of the day, Esther, what happened?
But Barris, there was a question that I asked you earlier when we started, which you did not give me a direct response. I said, what if the witnesses that Nnamdi Kanu was meant to present, what if they don't come, then what happens?
I have told you here, they will be subpoenaed.
So
yes, they will be subpoenaed. Yes,
subpoenaed after 6 days. He's meant to wrap up his case in 6 days. That's what Justice James Omoye said.
It's enough for the court because you told me here that the court have been to all of them, Abi.
Yes, today they've asked them to speak.
Yes, at that point, you know, in Nigeria, it's every day that they develop.
No, Barrister. What I'm trying to ask is if they do not appear, or the number of witnesses they mentioned, if them do not come, how does this affect his case? Will they give a conviction if some of them do not appear in court, or would he be given extension of time?
It will be very wrong if you say because the witnesses did not come, therefore you now rule against the defendant. It will be very wrong, very, very wrong. So I am waiting to see what they are going to do.
Okay.
So if they are going to accept the testimony of the few that will come, because I don't believe that all of them will not come.
All right.
Some will come. Maybe they will use the testimony of those few.
Okay.
Either for or against.
All right.
But it can never be, because whenever there is an element of doubt in any criminal matter, it should be in favor of the defendant.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever there is that is minutest iota of doubt in any criminal matter like this, it should go in favor of what? The defendant. So
right.
maybe they will use this one to free Nnamdi Kanu.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take your reactions to the conversation that we've had this evening. I know a couple of you would have complained that why Nnamdi Kanu's case, and the reason why I went down memory lane and asked some questions, which some of you may refer to as textbook questions, is some persons may
Thank
not
you
even
to those
understand
who
the
have
genesis of
liked
the
to. I
situation.
bet Mona
A couple of
double
persons
tap
are
the
just
screen to
riding
like
with the
if you have
moment
not yet done
in
so.
the emotional stance.
So I
I
don't
want
know
to
whether
personally
I
to
know.
educate
Say
us in that
trailer.
regard. If
If
you
buy
following the case and
Dangote
what this
trailer,
implies, and this reason
by
to
20 people
from
for
him, and
Ondo
I'm sure you
State,
listened
una
to the
know,
situation with INEC chair,
for one
as
community
well
called
as Papa
Akumba.
Kim speaking right there.
The
economic
same
situation
way,
and security in the country now
this
that the year is currently
Dangote
wrapping up.
trailer,
The
whether
number to
na
call is
Nigerian liquid, na it take dey, I no
08092999933,
understand, and nobody is even right. God.
9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817.
Dangote's trailer is sent to the south to do destruction. Is that what is going on?
56338. We're educating ourselves, so do not call to insult.
It looks like it was yesterday.
Ask if you want to contribute more to what Barrister Darlington said, please would implore you to contribute. We're educating ourselves. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
The great anchor of Rush.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, sir. What's your name?
My name is William, the people's lawyer. My name is Mayor. I'm calling from Texas.
Mayor, your voice is cooler today. Oh, I don't land.
Yes, but don't tell the last one now. If they say never land, we will make sure people land. Those who are right there on top say we never land. We must survive.
Fall in love with your home at RC Willie. Simplify holiday cooking with top brand smart appliances that make life easier. Whether you're cooking for a crowd or need a new dining table, we've got you covered. Get your kitchen hot.
Yes, you let this man go. They are going to expose their ignorance. in the legal system because this guy is going to flog them. The court has said this one has no case to answer, and they are saying so. If our president and his team were to think twice, they will let the sleeping dog lie. These people that he has called as witnesses, as examined, most of them one by one, they have something to, they have a reason, that's why he called them. I think the president should be advised properly, but if they don't, well, that is their own cup of tea because they are not showcasing their level of ignorance to the whole world. Because everyone is watching what is happening. They are using the objects to tell the schedule. Like we were mentioning about the end of the year. The situation, Esther, I don't know your area, but the situation in the country is terrible. A lot of insecurity from here to beneath, a lot of gist, a lot of insecurity issues. People are being kidnapped on the road.
Yeah.
And the government has left all those. There was a video I saw, I don't know whether it's where people were shouting. I saw one Homer bus shouting. People were running with caskets along Benin. Those things are very serious issues than talking about Nnamdi Kanu. When people are being massacred in the north, bandits or whatever they call them, whether it's terrorists or whatever, I've taken over most of the northern states. And you are here pursuing somebody that because he has nothing, he has no case to answer. Well, I will tell you, if the president wants to, then it will affect everybody. I'm sure that this thing is affecting every Nigerian. Whether it doesn't affect you in the feeding well, it affects the insecurity. It doesn't affect the insecurity, it will affect one way or the other. Even one of them, even we cannot travel to Port Harcourt without a attachment, a lorry load of army and the Yabiazin and
all of them, not just
all of them. So let me continue. It affects all of us. So I wish them well.
All right.
Well done, Director. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, good evening.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate. Oh, thank you, my brother.
Our man, good evening, sir.
Thank you so much.
Esther. Sorry, Barrister, I want to ask. I think in law there's what we call
I don't know. Only South. Right? This man just they buy people with him trailers. They go. Nobody has done anything about it.
So I don't know why Nnamdi cannot choose to defend himself in court. I don't know. I want you to throw light on it. I'm coming on. Then I think there's also Nemo Judesi Kasaswa. I'm not a lawyer. The one they say you cannot be a judge in your case, something like that.
But these are witnesses.
So let me say that this show.
And at the same Dangote truck, they say they transport all these headers come south. When they say they pipe people up and down, the same in.
It is explicitly spread out in our books, but what the police is saying is that they gave out a restricted area that people should not be protected, and people went there and said, I know they targeted for certain people, but my grief the day they arrested Nnamdi Kanu lawyer and his brother was that the person that organized this thing was spared. But I think today he was arrested. And no matter the case may be, if he's been fighting for Kanu, it will fine. But it will be wrong. It will look suspicious now. In the part of the government, if they try to arrest Showore, you understand? I want him to be big, but arresting him is justifiable. That is how it's supposed to be because he's the organizer. Oh. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Esther, all right, Robert. Yes, that is an afterthought.
What do you mean?
Yes,
really?
Arresting Showore is an afterthought.
Well, that's what SP Hunde said.
Yes, it's an afterthought because we cried that. I said it here. That was my grouse with the protest.
But for where Showore was not in the place that was, earmarked that they cannot
when they were pursuing him, what happened? When he went to see the people that they arrested in the police station, what happened? It was in court that they had to arrest him.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Matita Ninja from Southwest.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
My name is Valentin.
what I'm saying is that if Nnamdi Kanu should be talking about witnesses to come and witness how he was reduced from Kenya to Nigeria, I think he has the better story to tell us. Because people should not just, there are not, people are not there when those things were happening. He's the only one that knows people that did this thing. So they should leave him with his spirit and they will go away with it. So like what you just said before, they have done the right way, but it's American after that. They wrote people who were protesting, and the person that organized the protest was no hold. These things are injustice everywhere. But let's be working, God will vindicate us. That's my thing.
But my question is, why is Nigeria
This man has been talking since. Hello, Oga.
and even prescribe OPC?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mazi Darlington,
calling on WhatsApp.
you saw when
I don't think he's hearing us.
went to Oyo State, Ibarapa precisely, and fought a bitter war between against the marauding herdsmen that were disturbing that community. That war lasted almost 3 days, and you heard, at least you saw how many people were unlived and properties. Sunday Boho is still walking around. That's where Sunday Boho, and he was fighting a good fight. Same thing Nandekan is fighting for. So my question is, please, why is Sunday Boho walking freely and then Nandekan is in perpetual detention since 4 years and a half? Now you talk about Asari Dokubo. Everybody knew how was Asari Dokubo and his groups. They estimated Niger Delta in the name of fighting for emancipation.
Militant.
He carried guns and take a tomb. To pull all of them. They were in the trenches, in the creeks, fighting Nigerian government. God knows how many police and army, that lost their life during that war. But today, these people are first class, traditional rulers in Ijo land. What is the difference between what they did then and what are they still doing today and what Nandekan is doing? What is the difference? The difference is because Nandekan is Igbo and others are not Igbo.
All right, thank you, Mazi.
That is the difference.
Finally.
Finally.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We need to take other calls, okay? Hello, good evening. Oh, wow. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
good evening.
Hello, I'm good.
Yes, good evening.
I'm good.
Turn down the volume. Turn down the volume of your radio. Turn it down completely. Hello.
I'm coming already. Are you hearing me now?
There's still a feedback. Please, there's still a feedback.
Nigerians.
Turn off your radio.
I'm going to turn it already. Are you hearing me very well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Anthony from Oshodi.
All right, Anthony, please go ahead.
Barrister Darlington.
Yes.
May God bless you.
Amen, Mo.
Today is my first time getting you people.
Are you serious? Welcome.
It doesn't make any sense, Dogo. Why would you want to hear yourself? That thing is very annoying.
We have been calling you people for sometimes people will need to.
Sorry.
But I really appreciate you for what you are saying. And this thing now just showed the whole thing of every grantee. I listened to you this morning. That one, they just want to use it to deceive us. Yes, the people where they are here, say now they don't arrest because people talk. That's why they arrest you. People don't open mouth talk. That's the reason why they arrest you. So nothing else.
They gave them order.
You know what they are doing here? They know what the game they are playing. So you know the same game they are playing. They are just playing with our intelligence. Even people who don't want to understand the facts and everything. This is how world. Everybody just can go. They know what, but they don't see everything about us. Now because even sometimes they talk, people start to fire you, they curse you, they insult you. That is very wrong. Sometimes in life, come down and hear people that pass you.
And once he cool down and hear, he will learn. It's a very thing. He will live long.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much.
Esther,
President, there's a question I want to ask you.
yes, please go ahead.
This is something Shura displayed a sense of oneness. You know that there's different narratives about this whole situation with Nnamdi Kanu. Some people refuse to lend their voice because he's not their tribe, it's not their business, so whatever wants to happen to him should happen to him. But he displayed something that a couple of persons feel was very bold. Anything could have happened to him on that protest day. He literally risked his life for doing what he did. So why is everyone thinking there is an agenda to the whole thing?
Where is everybody?
Despite up till now, not some persons, let me not even say everybody. Because the thing is, Barrister, have you considered a different angle to this whole thing? He resurrected the whole Nnamdi Kanu conversation, which had been whispers and talks, or you hear the leaders say, we're still discussing, we're still speaking. So my question is, why do people still think that there was an agenda to the whole thing?
Esther would have been very happy if this thing had produced results. All this stampede and all this immediacy of trial, what do you think is happening? The federal government got rattled now that you want to show all that you have power. You want to do this. You want to do that. Is that not the meaning of this thing? Because
is that what everyone has been saying, that there should be an expediency in the case, that the case ought to be accelerated?
No, listen. Okay, why did Nnamdi Kanu, he needed 3 months? Esther, why did he say he needed 3 months before they said no, you have only 6 days? Esther, please, you people don't understand some of these things, so don't deceive yourself. When the 1966 coup happened, Esther, do you remember that it was mainly officers from the Southwest that said they want to release Awolowo from Calabar prison? That was the major reason. Babangida said it. That was the major reason for that coup. They wanted to release, because they believed that Awolowo was unjustly incarcerated. In fact, they wanted to release him and make him the prime minister, because that was what Gowon promised him, if he can help him to prosecute the Biafran war.
Okay, so
yes.
How does it relate?
So if they're not incarcerate an innocent man, don't you think that some people will be grumbling somewhere, Esther? Oh, do you think that most people are like some of us who will come here and be running our mouth every evening?
Some of us.
So yes, do you think everybody has time for that? There are people, they don't talk, they just take action. That's the truth. They don't have time, because if you have been talking at the ear, have you refused to hear? When you want to cut the head, what you cut the ear? That's the truth now. Is there any advice or any suggestion we are not giving to the government, Esther? Just tell me. And something they know to be the truth, but they refuse to abide by it, just because they want to punish one young man because of where he comes from. Meanwhile, they are pampering terrorists from the north. And you are asking us how insecurity will not fester when they know that they have a father in Abraham. They are not threatening a whole state, threatening the whole country, telling you they are coming or you should wait for them. Terrorists. Esther.
How are you? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, ma. How are you?
Hi, Mother, you need talking.
Welcome, ma. Please go ahead.
Concerning Sowore pride, I don't know how Daliti think, because the way Daliti is talking about Sowore seems to be, what have you done since when that man was arrested?
The one we are talking here, Uncle. The one we are talking here.
What did you do?
The one we are talking here.
That you attacked Sowore for many ways.
What is that?
What did you do?
Okay, now that Nnamdi Kanu is incarceration now, what happens? What is the benefit here?
Because we remove them.
Yeah, they will remove them.
When you remove them, your own is too much.
True talk. Please,
let me hear.
Want to talk.
Somebody comes for.
Don't call out Igbos for this protest. Esther, is that what
I'm not going to come out. You people cannot speak with one mouth. You are against yourself. You are against yourself to let people lie. All of you are against yourself. You cannot speak with one mouth. You talk like me one word. Your own is too much.
It's a problem from Nnamdi Kanu.
What is the rent doing from this Nigeria? And
Has he done out of it?
Please let me.
Is it to come here to come out?
Let me hear. Go on.
What did you say?
I like this exchange.
You thought about Peter Obi. Support Montana. Now you are not against Sowore.
No, because I need to protest. I need to protest.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
That was nice.
Welcome. How are you?
What is the benefit of the
this is
protest?
from Epe calling.
All right, Mr. AB, please go ahead, sir.
The Kanu issue. See, Sowore have been fighting this activism for a long time, over 30 years ago. There is no conspiracy theory that anybody will wield that we doing it. You just said something now. You said he almost got killed. And somebody is saying another thing. And another thing I want to say, the 1966 coup, there's nothing like I want to release Awolowo. They fought, it is the young soldiers that fought it because they said there was corruption in the system. And they killed Tafawa Balewa, kill Ahmadu Bello, kill Samuel Akintola. It's not, if they wanted to release Awolowo, why did they go to the east? The east, Michael Okpala was free. And Azikwe was, they told them to run away. You understand? So please, VOP, you people, I don't know. There's a way I've always listened to your program. Your lies, fallacy. That's what comes out from your
please, let me hear.
Please, you should, a lot of people are listening to your station.
And just throw fallacy or right left and center. Who told them to run, Esther? Do you know that when they are doing coup, the people from the north will go to the south, then the people from the south will go to the north to make balance? Is that not true? Who now told them to run? Is that time there was no communication now? The man was detailed to go to the south.
Sorry for calling back. Sorry. The last person I called that said that they arrested, they wanted to go and release, they don't have plan to release Awolowo. After the person know that the major plan of those 5 majors was to take out of those first the government, then put Awolowo as the head of state, as the president. The person that don't score, he didn't know one plan of Zobo and his friends to put Awolowo as the head of state. The person know all these things.
Don't mind him.
They are talking of Sowore. So we went to Anina.
Tell me, Maddie Matlock, how do you feel about
Hey.
Someone at this law firm knew they were...
What's his name? So when he was running, he made mention of, let us go to beggar. This is good, let us go to beggar. All of a sudden, they arrested these guys. When they arrested, you and the whole Nnamdi Kanu brother, you are in a particular place together. They arrested you, and you did not do anything. And what then is the need of the protest you are doing? Nnamdi Kanu. That means, what? I don't know what you are saying. You are Nnamdi Kanu brother, you are on the same spot, the same place, having this protest. Then they shoot gun, you ran, you left lawyer, you left Nnamdi Kanu brother, and you ran away, and they caught them, and they left you. How fast were you? You saw motor ran that, all those motor that was there. So he was so fast that he was able to run past all of them. They were not able to catch him. I don't understand how you people are thinking. I just don't understand.
I don't know what I'm saying. Esther, we were here when
Nadeko. That's the number. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Thank you very much. Turn down the volume of your radio. Yes, good evening. What's your name?
Good evening. My name is Amadu from Ajabula.
Mr. Amadu, welcome, sir. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Barrister Balise.
Well done, my brother.
Mr. Amadu, is this your first time?
Yeah, this is my first time call, but I've been listening.
All right, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Please go ahead.
Yes, you guys are doing a very nice job.
Thank you.
Mr. Balise.
Yes, sir.
There's one thing I want you to understand, right?
Yes, sir.
I always follow you. You cannot please the world. You are doing a marvelous one there. Many people will disagree with you, but I learn a lot. Because if worry of a man. If not because of the people crying and all those things, that's why the local people, all those are just like,
I'm telling you.
to deceive us, honestly.
I'm telling you.
And one thing when someone to understand is that when it happens to one person, believe that even the person is an Igbo man and all those things. There is what I want most of us to understand. I know where I'm from. Before the time of either Yoruba, Hausa, and all those things, but this Nigeria, we are not disrespecting ourselves. They should free him at the time. For me, that man will not do anything. You cannot travel to the east, you cannot travel to the south. And those are the things that this man always complain about and all those, but they just really. Thank you, my brother.
All right, Amadu, thank you so much for calling.
You remember Nadeko? Some people became what they are in Nigeria today because of Nadeko. They deceived the whole country. Deceived Abiola. That man would have been alive today. But they used Nadeko to deceive him. Deceive Abiola. And today they are dancing on his grave.
Hello?
Eh? So they are Nadeko.
Yes, good evening. How are you, sir? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Are you a man or a woman? Your voice sounds very light.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. I can hear you. What's your name?
Hello, I cannot hear you. Good evening.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead. I think this person is not listening. Is not watching us. If you're calling on WhatsApp, there's a system. So when you call on WhatsApp, you may not hear us, but we can hear you. So when you call, maybe some of you are watching on screen or via YouTube, you can know that we're speaking to you, that we can hear you. You hear me gesticulating. So when you call, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Turn down the volume of your radio. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Auntie Esther. Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
I don't know whether you can hear me very well.
Go
Let me just go on. Good evening to Barrister Darlington. Auntie Esther, if you watch it, I love Barrister Darlington so much because I like how we understand the things that are going on in Nigeria. He knows things very well, how things are going on in Nigeria, but so many people will not even understand him. I want to ask, why are Nigerian government shielding those bandits in the north? I don't even understand. I don't know if they're shielding them. Or is there any international power that are shielding those people that they cannot do anything about it? Sometimes I begin to think of this thing. They think we just be troubling my mind. I will say, what is going on in this country again? That those things are happening. They are not doing anything. Why? If somebody speaks, just talk. Or they'll pick up the person and begin to do or whatever thing they want to do. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm tired. And my name is Chibul. I'm calling Chief. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chibul, for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Victoria.
Victoria calling from where, please?
All
right, Victoria, quickly go ahead. Thank you.
I just want to talk about this Imam Bukhari and federal government.
All right, please go ahead.
I think our president's statement in the two courses during his presidential speech has continued from where the Harris said.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because like an agreement, the former president.
Madam Victoria, please kindly call back. The network is very poor, okay? All right, 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Joseph from Equator.
All right, Mr. Joseph, please go ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
You are really the whole history of Nigeria, which many people do not want to understand.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Yeah.
Turn it down completely. We can hear off.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, because so many of us, they read this upside down to favor their region. And so many people have come to write a book concerning Nigeria, that's a coup that happened. But they still refuse to. And that is the problem we are facing. This issue of cynicism, people
people don't want to listen to others in order to complement the fact, in order for us to move forward as a nation. And that is what is troubling us. The parochial idea that people are still holding on, that ideology that was given by their founding fathers, those who separated us from the beginning. Somebody among the founding fathers from the northern side said that Nigeria will be made ungovernable, that they will not allow the South to hold on to power, that they are going to use the Middle Belt as a willing tool, and then confuse the South, in order not to come up on board as leaders, and then to portray themselves and do whatever they want to do in the Atlantic Ocean. That is the hidden agenda working against Nigerians today.
Thank you very much, sir, for calling. We sincerely appreciate you. All right. So I'm already seeing your messages on WhatsApp, and some of you people here, all right, don't have to say what you like, and you cannot tell the uncles or the presenters what you want them to do. There's somebody here on YouTube. I would implore you to be sensible and don't be as a thug. You're acting like a thug. I don't know if you're
what did
terrorist.
Let's start.
So you either pass across your information or your own contribution to the program rather than having to throw insults. It means that you're not civil. It means that you're very primitive. You may know how to write, you may know how to speak, but your line of thought is extremely primitive. And it's quite disappointing because you're meant to be insightful, but you lack that form of decorum. And because people do not say what you want or do not speak as you want, considering the fact that we need to be very careful in our moderation, you decide to be decrepit in your words. So I would implore you to be reasonable when you are on public forums and commenting. It's either you're educated. If you're not educated or contributing to the conversation, you do not insult or make derogatory comments. It actually proves that you are indeed barbaric. Thank you very much. All right, we'll take a few calls and then we'll take messages. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. What's your name, please?
Working finally. Greetings from the guest to you. A stick to the marriage.
What is it?
What is your name? I think it's...
My special colleagues to the distinguished vocal and brand panelist, His Excellency, Prophet Barrister Darlington. God bless you, sir.
Well done, my brother. What is your name?
My name is Pop calling from Asian Center of the Universe, Ecology.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
This is your time to
welcome.
Okay, quickly. My text still on this military litigation of following Prophet Martin Nandekano. For me as an individual, this matter is presently turning on my heart, honestly. What is the direction of the legal somersault on this case? From a very deep angle of perspective, taking cognizance of Mr. Solore's information recently that the federal government plan not allow him, Martin Nandekano, out of this track of life. I think yesterday, the wise man from the east, Chief Barrister Darlington, narrated how the First World War was ended. Of course, everyone knows how war can start, but only very few can tell how it will end. From all indications so far, it's very clear that the Nigerian government does not want or does not show sign of allowing Nazi to go in. When the former President Buhari visited Imo State and was sent with a request to release Mazi, Buhari said, only courts can release him. And when the court granted him freedom, the same government still scuttled it from. Now, when we talk about life, we must not talk about death. So my question on this night is, by peradventure that cannot rise in this nation, will the federal government detain the cops or will they release the cops to the Igbos? And if so, will the Igbos accept the cops? Have a blessed night.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. Hello. Please turn down the volume of your radio, okay? I know you want to hear to know if I have picked your call. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Hello, ma.
I can hear you, sir. What's your name? What's your name?
Good evening. Welcome, ma. VOP. God will bless you
Thank you so
abundantly,
much.
ma.
God bless you, sir. What's your name, please?
We really appreciate your program and we really recommend you. In all radio stations. In fact, since I've been listening to VOP, I've learned a lot.
Thank you.
One thing about our country is that
what you mean?
I just wish if this country wants to be separated, we just be separated by our reasoning, because the way some people reason at times is different from each other. So you understand? So by the time you are enlightening some people, the way they understand the world, the point of view is somehow different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The country that we find ourselves, our leaders, they are not after the growth of this country. I don't know. We're a dictation whereby those people that they don't have the interest of this country in their heart, they are the ones that are really this country.
Oh, okay. He called on WhatsApp. I think his name is Adebi Samuel. Yes, he called on WhatsApp. All right, please let me read out some messages. Pardon me, because we have a live appearance coming very soon. Okay. Good evening, sister, and to your guest, Mr. Darlington. I strongly believe whatever analysis he has made so far, and may God continue to strengthen every of his efforts. Manzi Tuni from Songwater. Good evening, Esther. Is Mr. Nnamdi case not in the court? Wouldn't this high talk show not amount to prejudice? Let Mr. Darlington take it easy. Noah from Igondo. Okay, Noah. We've been speaking on his the event so far, leading to now. Then what is expected? We're not really going into details of certain things. Okay. Ebuka from Aboris Aspiration Talented. God bless you and give you the strength and wisdom that you need. Good evening to you guys on radio. Lagos State traditional ruler Obaruwana Akiolu has warned the federal government of the danger ahead. Nnamdi Kanu defending himself in court is the boldest and riskiest move Nigeria has ever witnessed since its creation. Have you ever heard that man speak on radio before? He calls names that most lawyers are too afraid to mention and blasts everything without fear or filter. Now that he's standing alone in court, it's a storm waiting to happen because he's not a lawyer. You can't hold him back with legal boundaries. And Nnamdi Kanu keeps playing Nigeria step by step. This is Kilo from Barua Ijesha. All right. On the recent arrest of Shurara today, it is just a cover-up. The plot of his being exposed of working for some persons who are his paymasters with the sole intention to nail people. You guys, come on, really, seriously, sometimes you guys don't help the matter with some of the. Okay, Olufemi from Unilag. It's unfortunate that Nigerians don't read.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here.
And leaders use it to.
So the state of the country, we continue to push forward and discuss the issues facing us, because again, like I have said. Hey, will Nigerians grow the necessary muscle? Will Nigerians grow the necessary muscle to take their country back? That is what everybody should be asking themselves right now, because that's the only way out of this mess that we are going through. It's so messy. There's so much going on in Nigeria. I don't even know how people back home are able to continue to I don't even know what to say. So my people, now here I go leave am. I go see you now my next one. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. For all those that like, thank you so much for the super chat, Tracy and Michael. I really appreciate. Thank you. Kene, everybody that was able to join. Thank you guys. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.